Hey guys, what's up? It's Sai. Welcome back to my channel. I have a special guest here today. I know you're like, who is that fine man? This is
Devin, the best friend.
Yes, and obviously you see what we have here. It's like a wings and things situation we got going on. So we're gonna go ahead and start eating, and then we'll talk. You know how this goes because I'm just hungry. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get
I'm looking.
in.
This is only,
I'm hungry because I ain't eat all day.
Some tater tots. I had to think about it.
That is not nobody's meal.
No, it's not.
I drank an apple cider vinegar drink, and I had some yogurt, some fruits.
That's what I need to do. I need to get some. I need to go and get some fruit. I need to go to the market. Period. Yeah, I'll stock up on some fruit, some good fruit.
That's all I've been eating lately. I'm trying to change my life, y'all. You know, I'm trying to get it together.
It's the weekend, so we got a cheat day with the fries and stuff. Okay.
Fries and this chicken is all made in the air fryer. I made it in the air fryer. We got some Old Bay, honey lemon pepper, hot honey, buffalo, and French fries, and some Texas toast. Cause
who don't love like who don't love
especially the cheesy ones.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna eat that. You put your fries inside of this sauce?
I did. It was good.
It is good. Yeah, this is my first time having a guest, y'all. How you feel about that? I think it's cool.
Hey everybody. Zaya peeps.
Yeah, this is Devin. This is my best friend. We were friends since
9th grade.
Since 9th grade, yeah. What was that?
That's 07.
07.
Yeah.
Dang. Y'all old.
So, what's been there?
This. Doing YouTube.
Yeah.
I've got a few projects that I'm doing.
Can't wait.
Please excuse that knocking sound. That is my son leaning over too far in his swing, which he is not supposed to be doing, and is creating the knocking sound. You're gonna probably hear it multiple times, but please, I'm sorry again.
You know me. It's like no. I've been trying to revise Vincenzo for a little while now.
Oh yeah, Vincenzo. Tell these people what Vincenzo is.
Okay, so Vincenzo is a clothing line that I started in 2017. It's majority hats and t-shirts right now. I had to scale back. That's why I said I was reviving it and stuff like that. Just to elevate it a little bit more, and with me doing it by myself, it's like I've learned some things and
my mistakes and stuff.
Right, and learned from my lessons and stuff like that. So I'm going into it with a different mindset and kind of scaling back a little bit for 2020, and yeah, just get reestablished that way.
I feel that. I'm gonna need some Vincenzo stuff.
Yes, I got you. I gotta get some more apparel together.
Yes.
Some more merch.
Kai joined us.
Yes. Big King Kai.
Look at him.
Is it good?
He just always got to make an appearance some way, somehow, but he's always in there.
That's how you do. That's how you do. Let the world know you here.
Right, he got his camera time. But yeah, y'all go ahead and check out David's things. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, you can check me out on Instagram, Vincenzo, or online at vincenzo.com.
Yeah, I'm gonna put everything in the description so y'all can just go and look at that stuff. Go get y'all some stuff
from y'all, soon.
Support black businesses. What's wrong with y'all?
Yes, small black businesses, black businesses.
They matter.
You did.
For real. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely out here trying to make a living.
I think that's good though. A lot of people now are really like becoming entrepreneurs. Like a lot of young black people, I like to see it.
It's the movement.
I'm one of them. You know, I got some stuff coming for y'all.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I think that is really like the move. Like it really is. We don't learn about these things in school. None of that.
Which I feel like they should
definitely teach.
Provide some courses on entrepreneurship.
Hello, in high school.
Yep.
Middle school if you need.
Yep. Especially with a lot of these middle schools being advanced and stuff now. So.
You guys see that sanitizer I got this baby. They're probably like, girl, put that baby down.
Put that baby down.
This is my baby. What you doing?
Hey, Gucci.
What you doing? Say hi, YouTube. I'm eating fries.
Yes.
He's trying to be involved.
Right.
You're looking at these
The
sauces.
sauce is like, what's that?
But yeah, we're gonna get to some questions. You ready for some questions?
I'm ready for the questions. I'm excited.
All right. So we can just pick. I have them here on my son's phone. Don't tell him I got his phone. They're gonna try to take it from me. Okay, so I have one. I'm gonna just pick a random one.
Okay.
What is something you like to do that other people will probably consider weird if they knew it?
Something that I like to do. Oh wow. That other people will find weird
if they found out that you did that. I got one. Let me go.
Yeah, you go first because I'm really trying to think of something. The first thing that comes to my mind is like, I guess I always sing in the shower. Like every time I'm in the shower, I sing, and some people might find that weird.
I don't think it's weird. I think it's good.
Because I do it every single time.
I mean, I sing in the shower sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good.
That's my thing.
I mean, the shower is your personal concert, therapy sessions.
Yeah.
What you do in the shower?
It's chill.
He's in the shower.
Yeah, now y'all know that I sing. That's it.
Mine.
What is it that
Okay.
you do that's
So
considered weird?
I'm just weird in general. Period. Like y'all gonna realize this all the time.
Yeah.
But I like to like pop other people's pimples.
I get it.
Or like, I don't know. Like,
I don't necessarily feel as though that's weird. Okay, I could be looked at as weird because I like watching videos sometimes of people doing that. So
Me too.
I understand.
I do too. I really, I don't know, like that Dr. Pimple Popper.
The show.
Then like, I forgot the person's name. Jasmine put me onto somebody on YouTube.
Okay.
That like does like these extractions of like black heads and like different things or whatever.
Yeah.
And I like watching those things. I just
They're
get so
cool.
excited. Like, oh my god, I get it.
It's like
Got that one.
weirdly satisfying.
It is. It's really satisfying.
Yeah.
It is.
Don't judge us.
Judge your mother. But you go ahead.
Do you remember the first thing we said to one another?
Do you?
No. Hell no.
Hell no. That was
That
years ago.
I know. That's 2017.
I'm gonna tell y'all something real quick. We have a friend named Taja.
Okay, no, because alright, you go ahead and I'll tell you something that I do remember. Like one of the first things that I remember
Of us?
Of us, like, yeah, like when we became friends, kind of like, it was like, oh, but go ahead. You tell
I think I know what you're gonna talk about. Okay, but we have a friend named Taja, and if you ask her that question, she's gonna always say the same thing about me she remembers the first thing that I said to her.
Really?
Yes. What is it? We was doing something in what is it? What was Mr. Kobeski's class? Kobeski was like history.
There's a couple of pigs in Kobeski's class,
and it was something. We was doing like the icebreaker little assignments. You know how you get the assignments and they're like, you know, just whatever, just icebreaker assignments for the first day of school. And I guess I looked at her and I was like, I don't know what this is, or something in that realm. But I'm from New York or whatever, and I live in Baltimore. So, you know, my accent was really strong when I first came out here or whatever, and I guess my accent was kind of like really strong, and then I said what I said to her, and she automatically knew that I wasn't from here, and it like threw her off or whatever. But she always brings that up. Like, I remember the first time I met you. And she remembers the first thing that I said to her.
The first thing you said, wow.
I think she's one of the only people that I like, you know.
Yeah, no, I don't necessarily remember the first thing we said to one another.
I don't even remember the first time I seen you. Like,
right.
I just feel like I just knew you.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like
okay.
I knew.
So I'm gonna tell my story. Right? So we were in school. We've been in school for probably a couple of months by then, or because this was still in 9th grade, right? Yeah, so we were probably, it was still, I think, maybe like the beginning of the year, kind of fresh still. So, picking back off what she said, I had just moved from New York to Baltimore. And one day, from school, I went to my grandmother's house. And some people may know, some people might not know, but I'm from Cherry Hill, and my grandmother was living out Cherry Hill at the time. So I had just went to her house like a regular I'm going to my grandmother's house, right? So I'm going up the steps to go knock on my grandmother's door, and I hear someone call my name, or you said something to me, and I turn around and Zai is literally walking up my grandmother's pathway because they live in an apartment, and I'm like, where you going? And she like, I'm going home. And she like, where you going? And I'm like, I'm going to go visit my grandmother. Like, so I live directly downstairs from my grandmother, and it was a rap ever since.
Yeah,
like,
it was like, that's what it was.
Like, where you going? Like, I'm going home.
Like, what you doing?
Of all places, I came and moved to Cherry Hill. Like, and it was like, girl, like, you came to move to Cherry Hill. Like, what? This is meant to be. Like, we're friends forever.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny because I really was like, because we seen, did we see you on the bus?
I don't know if y'all saw me on the bus because I had made it to the apartment building before y'all.
Yeah.
How? We both probably left school at the same time.
Probably was on the same bus.
Probably was on the same bus, same train, everything.
Everything. And that's funny. I don't remember that.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That's something I won't never forget.
Well, that's a good one. That's something.
Could you live without the internet?
Yes. I think I can live without the internet because I have before.
That's literally what I was gonna say. I had before. We lived in a time where there was no internet. We didn't have phones.
Yeah. And this goes to what I was saying the other day. It's like us 90s babies. Yes, I'm biased because I'm a 90s kid. We have like one of the best time periods, you feel me, when it comes to like technology and like the internet. Excuse the shaking, my baby is causing havoc under the table. But we have one of the best time periods when it comes to like, you know, that type of stuff, because like we still remember like house phones being this big and like, you know, flip phones and like rotary phones and internet with the dial-up shit. We were basically like in the transitional period of like, you know, this whole big movement of the internet and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think I can definitely live without the internet, you know. I mean, as long as I'm somewhere where I have like a lot of books, I have food, family, and I can do things, like have activities to do, and like little, you know, stuff to keep me busy, then yeah, absolutely, definitely, yeah. I think I can. I mean, when it comes to like trying to make money, then that's when you're really gonna have to hone in on your life skills. A lot of money is to be made on the internet.
Yes.
So, like, you know, it's like, you know, but I definitely feel like I had to put Kai to sleep because he was strapping her. He was such a red band. This is how do you say worse? That sauce? No, what that is. Bree asked that question.
Oh, she did.
Instagram.
Okay, so you want me to ask or you want to ask?
Because I don't know how to say it.
I think it's, well, how I say it. All right, it says, how do you say
I'm gonna put the word up on the screen.
Worcestershire? But I don't think I just said it right.
Worcestershire sauce?
Worcestershire. I'm saying it completely wrong. But it's,
I don't know. Let's get your phone. Gotta Google it. And put, how do you say? And then start writing it. Like, war. Click it.
see that's in the first one.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce. That's how you pronounce
Am
it?
I saying it? Worcestershire? Say it again.
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire? What is that? Worcestershire.
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
sauce.
Why can't I say that? Worcestershire.
I'm gonna do the
Worcester-
Great Britain accent.
Worcestershire. Alright.
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce.
One more time.
English.
Worcestershire sauce.
What does he say? Sauce.
Sauce. Like,
He put a little sauce on his sauce.
I think we're both doing a horrible job at this.
I think so too. Worcestershire sauce. I got that part
Let's
right.
do the S.
Sauce.
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
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 Worcestershire. Shimmy-shire. Shimmy-shire.
Worcestershire.
Washington sauce. I always thought it was like Worcestershire sauce.
I did too. Worcestershire sauce. But it's Worcestershire.
It's Washington sauce. It's sauce. It's Washington sauce. At this point, he's very excited and skinny. We're trying to hide from the baby, y'all. Listen to it. Is he looking right at us?
Right. He can see me. He can see me exactly. And he keep looking right at me like, come.
Kids are drunk. They always want to eat when you tell them go away. Go to your room. Oh, I'll eat.
Hey! Hey, everybody!
Yeah, we eating. We trying to eat. Get all up in there. You want some bread?
You want some bread? You want some bread? Yep.
Look. Like, thank you.
You're welcome. Man, you play so much. Look at it. You know what? I'm not fooling with you. I'm not fooling with you.
Say haha. I need my hair done.
You can have it, sure.
Like, nah. I'm trying to watch my video. No more carbs. No carbs. We're gonna do a part 2. If y'all want to see a part 2, go ahead and leave it in the comments.
Yes, let us
we have
know.
some questions
We
up
have some
here,
more questions.
and I have some another set of questions that's like way more like risque and like more like that type of situation we could do. So go ahead and let us know how you feel about doing that, because we would definitely do that one.
Oh, okay. All right, which decade do you think had the best sense of style?
Oh, for me, That happened. Well, because going off of how I feel now,
Right.
I would say the 90s, like we had some good style because the girls were still sexy, but they were still like comfortable and like cool and like chill. But I say the 20s because I like all of that, like finger waves and the little, dresses and all that. I like that type of look.
Yeah, like the flappers and the Great Gatsby type thing.
I think that was dope. I like that.
Okay. I don't know if you will probably guess this.
About the 70s?
Yeah.
The 70s?
The 70s, I would definitely pick the 70s. That's definitely like kind of like what I kind of like emulate now
I can see
in the
some
20s.
sexy bell bottoms.
Yes, bell bottoms are not gay, people. Okay.
Yeah, there was a big thing about that with
Dion Cole. Exactly.
They look fire to me.
They are not.
They look fire.
I didn't know that clothes had
those type of
gender type, things. You feel me? But
I didn't know they had sexuality.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. But I would definitely pick the 70s flat out.
Yeah, and I like it. I like it.
Simple shirts.
Yeah, I can see you when you had some jewelry.
Yes, exactly.
I can see you. I can definitely see you.
What is one of our favorite memories? I guess you have of us.
Wow, we got a whole lot of memories. We have years. Just think of something.
From like throwback back in the day, girls. What?
Something from
High
back
school?
in the day.
A memory, your favorite memory. Oh gosh.
There's some things you just can't say. Is this daytime? We on daytime TV.
Look, is this daytime TV or no?
I just feel like we had some of the craziest moments when we were at a time in our life when we did a lot. When we, when we partook in,
a lot of activity.
An activity.
An activity or two. Yeah.
Those days, we was lit.
Like,
we was lit and we had some fun times. I think some great times have been, I think some of my funniest memories is like your events.
My events?
Like things that you like throw, like your parties and situations like that. Like we used to do those all the time. Devin used to throw like these New Year's parties. He always had something for his birthday. Like he always celebrates something. So I think those are like fun memories for me. Cause like it's always something fun.
Yes, that's so true though. Like, and I don't really be like, I feel like I'm a very humble type person. You feel me? So it's like I don't be remembering certain stuff, and so it's like when I see certain friends and stuff, they be like, "Oh, when you gonna have another party?" Or I remember that party, and I'm like, I forgot all about that. Like, but yeah, I did used to have some parties. People used to be turned up though. Like we used to have fun.
What have you forgotten? I forgot.
I forgot that I forgot. Like,
and what have you forgotten? Like that's. I'm gonna say as a mom. As a mom, I'm dirty. As a mom, I've forgotten like how to, be myself instead of just being like a mom. So so I think that's something I've forgotten. I forgot how to do that. I mean, I be trying to like get it back now. Like now, I am doing much better. Like separating the two a little bit as far as myself goes.
right.
But like, that was the main thing. Like forgetting that I'm like a whole woman outside of being like a mom. So like, that was something I forgot. But I'm back.
Getting it back, right?
I'm back now.
Still getting it back.
I'm back now.
Yes.
Like, I've learned. Like I'm into new things, and so I like it.
That's good.
Yeah, so that's
we always are evolving, and that's what I like about humans, like period. Like, cause it's like, like you say, you kind of forgot, but it's like as you was forgetting, you also was learning new stuff along the way. You feel me?
Yeah.
And, taking on being a mom.
Yeah. What is your silliest fear?
It's a very common one. I have the fear of success, like of being afraid of like what my success is going to look like.
Are you more so afraid of success, or you're afraid of failing?
Okay, yeah, that's what I meant to say. Like, yeah. That's what I meant to say.
You're afraid of failing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm afraid of the.
That's logical.
That's like, yeah. That's why I feel like it's just the silliest one I have, because like once you fail, it's like, okay, yep, now it's time to. Okay, so coming from a person who has literally failed something before, you failed me multiple times, but specifically a grade, like in schooling, you feel me? So it's like once I've done it, it's like, okay, cool, I already know what I gotta go into, you feel me? So it's like, and then when it comes to my businesses and stuff, it's like I fear of failing because I put my all into it, like, right. And then it's like it doesn't really take off in the way I want it to. So.
Yeah, I mean, but that's also a learning experience, and there's things, you know, you're gonna have those moments where it's like, you know,
right.
You feel like you're failing, and you only can fail up. You feel me? So yeah.
T-shirt slogan.
Jot that down. Write that down. No, but yeah, I get that. That's a
yeah.
My silliest fear. I mean, I'm afraid of like mice and stuff. I'm afraid of mice, alive, dead. It don't even matter. It could be dead, laying there, not doing nothing to me. I'm petrified. I don't know what I'm thinking it's gonna do, but you could put them.
Yeah.
I'm afraid. I don't know what it is. Like, it's a real live phobia. And I used to think, like, people, how do you get over your phobias? Like, watching other people, like, people that are, like, deathly afraid of, like, cotton and, like, things like that. Like, I can really
stuff like that.
Feel that. Like, I could feel, like, at first, you know, it's funny because it's like, it's cotton, but you feel that way because you're not afraid of it. That's how people feel about mice. Like, girl, that's nothing. Them things, they more scared of you than you are of them.
Yeah.
No, they're not. I guarantee
you.
You put me and the mouse in the room. We gonna see who's scared.
They confess to you. Like, what? How do you know that?
How you know? Shoot, you put me in the room with a mouse. He won.
Right.
Bring him here. He live here now. I could leave.
He needs some milk.
Like, that was a silly thing. But a lot of kids are afraid of the dark.
I'm afraid of the dark.
But now,
is that a silly one?
Now?
Yeah, I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of what's in the dark. Nothing. If that makes sense.
It all depends on where you at and you in that. But if you
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, like depending on where you are in the dark.
No, not even enough for me.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like,
scratch that shit.
That's all like you that shit. Where you gonna be at? Like,
it don't matter where I'm at. I'm afraid of what's in the dark.
Yeah, I get it though.
You know, Mike, what's lurking in the dark. But it's a reason I'm afraid of the dark, and that's a story time that I can tell y'all on another time.
Another video.
But it's a reason why I'm afraid of the dark, and I didn't realize that this is why I was afraid of the dark until I got older, and I recalled that memory, and I was like, hold up, this is why I'm afraid of the fucking dark, and it's really bad. Like, I'm afraid of what's in the dark because of this reason, and I'll share that. You know, if y'all want to hear that story, go ahead and comment and let me know, because that is a funny ass story, and it's crazy. Yeah, and that, like, it's still with me as an adult. Like, I'm a whole grown woman with 2 kids. Like, please, I'm still afraid of what's in the dark.
Yeah.
Like, not saying I won't sit in the dark. Like, I'm not afraid of the dark. Like, I could turn off my lights and be calm. But if I'm sitting there by myself for too long, my mind start playing tricks on me, and I'd be like,
this
really extra black over there in that corner, you know? Yeah, the sun just moved. Yeah. Like, yeah, that type. But I think that's a silly feeling. So yeah, I got a couple of them. Like,
I don't really have any other ones. Like,
Kaka, what's your silliest fear?
If you can only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Crab legs.
Really?
Yes. Or shrimp.
That would probably be my shrimp or salad, like a shrimp salad. Like, I would. Yeah.
I mean, that's a good one. You put your veggies in. You get your veggies in.
I have a couple of foods that I could eat for the rest of my life.
I think that would just be crab legs. I
can eat peanut butter and jelly for the rest of my life.
I can eat peanut butter and jelly. Yes. Cereal. That's my answer. Cereal.
That's my Baltimore accent that just came out because I was like cereal.
Cereal.
Yeah.
I could definitely do. I love cereal.
Yeah, I could eat cereal for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I only have Honey Nut Cheerios in my house right now because I've eaten everything else. What could you eat for the rest of your life? Chicken! Yes, me too! I love it!
You can eat your chicken?
Them cheeks, boy.
My baby with his hair looking like mine. And this is the last one.
This is the last one, y'all.
Why does society rely on social media acceptance over making themselves happy? This is a really, really good question.
Wow.
We can really go deep into this.
Yeah.
But we just gonna, boost it up a little bit. And I remember who sent me this. You know who sent me this. I'll tell you who sent me this when we're done. I feel like society relies on social media acceptance because social media and the internet and everything has taken over life. Like literally, like this is what people do. Like when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is you check your phone, you check your notifications, you check Instagram, you scrolling, you doing all of this. And a lot of people have these lives on social media that they don't really live in real life. And they get validation from Instagram and validation from Facebook, and them likes will
kill you.
Them likes will kill you. They like drugs. Like, oh my God, more and more. I need more and more. So like, I feel like those things make some people happy. And they rely on that for happiness. Especially if they're not getting it
in real
else.
life. Yeah, if they're not getting it in their real life, then of course their social media is their go-to. Like that's because they're interacting. And then you have other people that's probably not getting whatever they need to get in their real life, so they're gonna be feeding each other. Like, yeah, no.
And then it's like also like
it's
some
within
people,
self-esteem, self-worth, like you gotta find it within yourself.
And they won't. Because it's so. Oh, our light went out. But you can still see it. They putting us out of here.
It's time to go. Y'all gotta go home. But y'all gotta get the hell out.
They putting us up out of here. They cutting the lights out on us. You feel me? They like they about to play the Oscar music. They about to play the music for us. And like I said, this is my best friend Devin. You guys make sure y'all look at my description below, and I'm gonna put all his social, information, his stuff for his clothing, his hats, and everything. So y'all make sure y'all go check it out.
Yes.
Don't be afraid,
say hi,
anything. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe, like, and comment on this video. Turn on that post notification bell so you're notified every time your girl makes a video. And y'all know how it goes. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye guys.